Hello and welcome back to our life. I'm Twilight.
And I'm KG.
And yes, today we are finally finishing step 2.
Yay!
But
finally.
before we do anything, we had to talk about our rank about what each of the thingies.
The moments are...
Yeah.
Okay.
What we like the most from, 1 to 10.
Yes.
So yeah, let's start.
You can start.
Okay.
Which one's your number 1?
Well, actually, let's just go from 10 to 1, countdown.
Okay, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
then what's your least?
My least favorite is Wave. All I remember
Really?
about it is how short it was. And
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, I mean,
I can agree with Wave.
yeah,
but
it's
for
just
me-
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, but for me, it's summer work.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know, I felt like I feel like I wasn't like, as much as I love like the wholesome moments in that moment, I wasn't interested in the whole like aspect of summer work, not that much at least. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
And my number 9 is Wave. So yeah, again, it's also, I also agree that it's super short, and yeah, there's nothing much really happening in Wave other than you hanging out with Cove in the beach in the water and such.
for me, number 9 is Soiree.
Really?
Yeah. It's just, even though... Yeah, I'm just like trying to remember what happened in there, and I don't really remember that much. But all I know is that we went on a date. Yes, that was cute, and then also the nervousness. But then at the same time, I was like, eh.
I kind of ranked Soiree higher, but yeah, I can totally understand
It's
why.
just that how I rank this is how it depends how much I've remembered it. So if I don't remember it much, then it's lower on the list. So I mean, I guess I just ranked the ones that impacted me the most.
Yeah,
So.
same.
So yeah,
Yeah.
where are we? 8?
Yeah, 8. Mine is small. So yeah, I don't know why it didn't really as much as I think I had a little, like, it was fun when we did it, but I kind of I wasn't that too interested in Mall, not that much. Like, I like us hanging out with Cove and Derek and Lee. That was a
Yeah.
fun part.
Yeah,
But
that
then
was
I was
adorable.
like, and I'm just like, I'm not that interested anymore. It's not that, like, it's fine. I don't hate it. It's fine.
I mean, for me, it's growing. I don't remember what happened there again. I was like, yeah. I mean, it was probably fun when we did it, but in the end, I don't remember at all what happened in growing. I think
I
it
see.
was like, I think you said we were flirting or whatever with Cove.
We were kind of flirting with Cove, but mostly we were just hanging out with Cove in our room, and that's really it.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's
then,
why it's low on
and
the
then-
list. I don't really care about it. And then, so number 7 for me, it's summer work. What was it? The thing that really impacted me was the one where we like lost our homework, and I guess that kind of I remembered that a little bit more. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of the stress of homework and how it was really important. Yeah, it just gave me war flashbacks. I was like, yeah, I remember I lost my homework and I got like yelled at really badly. And the pressures, because I'm not really good at school or whatever, because I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that just really triggered me, And yeah. What's your number 7?
Mine is birthday. Surprisingly, like I liked birthday when we did it, but still, again, it wasn't that too interesting, especially since Jeremy appeared out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay,
No.
kind of like, it didn't ruin it. It's just like, okay, all right,
Yeah, that's
fine, whatever,
surprising. Really?
whatever. Yeah.
I guess I would say, really, what is the most interesting? I guess that I would like to know. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So number 6. For me, it's road trip.
Really? Road trip?
Yeah. I
ranked road trip higher, so
yeah. I guess it's short too. I guess I just it's like in the middle. It's fine. I liked it. The thing is I guess it just didn't impact me that much. Even though, a lot of things happened in that one. But yeah.
Okay.
How about you? It's number 6.
For me, numbers. Wait, where did I put? I put soiree. Well, it's because I feel like, despite it's not my a high list, because it's all right, but I do like the moment where we hear out Cove of how he feels about this whole like date thing, and it didn't the bond because it made me feel kind of like bad. It made me feel really bad for like for having to like make him go there, even though like we didn't want to, but yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Now that I remember a little bit more of Soiree, I guess the reason why I put it down on the list is because I can't relate.
It's like you can't relate.
Yeah, on the date thing.
I see. All right. 5. I picked Growing as 5 for me. The reason why is because I, despite it being one of the shorter ones that I was not that into, I do like the part where you get to like kind of express who you like or what kind of people you like.
Oh yeah,
I think that's one of my favorites. And then like I put on the low because of the weird sandwich we made. I forgot what it was, but it was like a sweet sandwich, and it was weird. And I'm like, why did
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I totally don't remember. I guess that's why it's lower on the list. Okay. Which part are we again?
5.
Oh yeah. For me, it's small.
Small? Mall? Oh, I can't
mall,
hear.
Yeah, sorry. For me, it's a mall. The reason why it's a little higher up there is because for me, it's just that the fun we had, and then we get to choose where we could go, and we and that little cute little present thing we bought.
Oh yeah,
it was so cute. Yeah, I thought that was cute, and that stuck with me for a while for that reason. Why it's number 5. How about you?
For number 5, I said Growing.
Oh, sorry, I lost track. Okay, so number 4.
I'm actually gonna switch it. Hold on, just give me a second. So I just remembered a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I just switched it. Okay. You want me to say it or are you for number 4?
For number 4? No. Which one do you? Oh, I guess you could go first.
Okay. So for me, number 4 is Family. Because I really liked it because you get more backstory into your and Liz and Elizabeth's like life before they were before we ended up with Ilani and Pamela, which is our
not
moms.
That much.
Which is not that much, but I do like the bonding moment we have with Lizzie. So
I mean, yeah, bonding. It's just that the backstory
like I find
about us.
Like yeah, it's and slow because again, Cove's not really in it, but it doesn't really. I don't think it's the purpose. It's not really the purpose of that moment because I feel like family is it's important, and I don't know. I just really like. That's why it's like higher up in the list where it's like I love family. It's cute and it's wholesome and sweet. It's not that like it's not really romantic, which is okay. So yeah,
it has more depth.
Yeah.
For me, it's birthday. It's just
really?
that by that fact that we can interact with Jeremy and how much drama he brings up.
Oh yeah, that was funny. It was funny when he punched him.
I know.
Punched him in the last episode.
punch him in the. No kidding. Well, that was interesting. I like that one. That's the reason why it's higher on the list for me. So yeah, no, yeah, and then also the cute parties, that was really cute, and then also that we get to make Cove wear a crown. That's
cute. Oh yeah, that was cute.
Also we got to meet what's her name?
Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah,
it's like we've just expanded our friend group.
Yeah, it's like finally
not just Cove.
It's not just Cove. Nothing wrong with Cove. It's just like Cove. We need more friends than just us at some point. You know.
Yes, It's just that it feels like we're like stuck with him like glue because we refuse to meet other people.
For the most part. Number 3.
Also, yes, number 3. Yes.
What did you put?
For me, Escapade.
Escapade?
Yeah, it was fun hanging out with Cove and his mom, and we, it's just it just gave me some happy feels that we get to know Kyra personally.
Yeah,
it was great. And then she brings us to many places like the fast food place, and we get to order everything in the menu. Almost everything.
Yeah,
I think we did order everything in the menu, right? Except for the salad.
No, we ordered a bunch of stuff, but then
but then we leave out the salad and some other thing that I don't remember. And that's my number 3. How about you?
Me, number 3 is dinner. Reason again, it's I like despite you not liking the fact that we told him in that moment.
Well, I mean, you'll be very surprised.
Yeah, but I actually really like it because again, it's I don't know why, but I like it, the fact that it's not just the romance, it's more like we get more backstory, we get more family stuff. I don't know, I just like this family side. Yeah, I just like these family moments a lot, and it makes me happy to go through it again. Because despite it being kind of like the fight with Cove finding out about his dad paying us money to be his friend, even though that part was sad because you didn't want to tell him, but I did. But yeah, I don't know, it was really it was an experience, and I'm happy for them as a family unit.
Yeah,
and such. So, and you get more you get more in depth to what Cove's dad is like, not just oh yeah, he's this guy that paid you money those years ago for wanting. So yeah. All right, so yeah, let's move on to number 2.
Okay. Well, for me, number 2 is actually is dinner.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you had the courage to do that, and then since I saw that part, it's actually pretty good. I was like, oh, I guess I was too cowardly to even choose that part.
That part?
Yeah, choose that. I couldn't. And then I guess, and then also we get to name the fish.
You get to name the fish. You named the cheetah.
Aside from the Aside from the drama and the awkwardness, where I guess we ultimately
wholesome.
Aside from the drama and then all that shebang about telling Cove about being paid to be friends with him, even though I personally thought, even though I was a little cowardly about it, but at the same time I was being a little logical about it. It's like, I think he'll give him a few years and then I'll tell him, because he's still a kid, I guess. But I guess it's just that on that side, on that note,
it's a matter of time that he knows about it at some
or more
point.
like it's not something to do with Cove, it should have been with something to do with his dad. Like, his dad has to confront what he did is wrong. It's actually more important for his dad instead of Cove.
Oh yeah,
I feel
true.
Yeah, so I thought, yeah, actually that makes more sense. We
Yeah.
should have told Cove earlier so his dad can like realize his shortcomings, you know?
Yeah. I remember.
And
Yeah. I remember doing that for one time for when we just like met him about his dad, and it was still when I did it, it was still wholesome. Like obviously there was a lot of crying and such, and Cole didn't know how to feel because he's 8, and but yeah, I think I feel like it doesn't really matter at that point as long as like Cove and his dad like get closer at the end of it, you know?
Yeah,
because you know,
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember in my own playthrough, you know, since I told Cove later in his life, he brushed it off as a joke because he knows how immature that was and really dumb his dad is. And then I guess they were closer now at that time, so you know, I guess it kind of didn't matter, but at the same time it did, because it just shows that they're closer now, and it's really great to see them, you know, actually laughing things off instead of you know, having problems in their life, which is cute and great. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, time for our number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
What did you pick for number 1?
Family.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You picked family?
I mean, yeah, it's very impactful for me, you know, because I remembered it the most. And yeah, I remember, from the beginning to the end. Yeah, that one is the one that impacted me the most, and I could remember it a little bit more vividly. Like where we interact with Lee. I kind of remember in our playthrough we didn't exactly set up to do a concert or whatever, right?
Yeah, but that's fine. We ended up watching the movie and the
I remembered that part. And then we walked in on the whole part with Elizabeth and
the moms
talking about her past, and then we learn about the backstory about, you know, her
Lizzie, and then we ended up learning our backstory as well.
Kind of. And then we go to Cove, and then we kind of coped with him. We brought him somewhere where we can cry on his shoulder. I think at the beach or something. I don't know.
Probably at the beach. I forgot too. So it's not just you that forgot where we went.
I know. I forgot at that point, but I know that we left Lee in the house, and then we just hung out with Cove.
Yeah,
and
I like. I think I forgot. I didn't mention this, but I like the part where Mr. Holden, he opens the door. He saws us like upset.
Yeah, he sees that.
Like he just calls Cove. It's like
he
she doesn't want to talk to me. She wants to talk to Cove. That's why she came. It's like
she looked sad. So I guess it's not my
time to call Cove. It's like she's sad.
It's so cute because that means they just know really well how we, you know,
how close they are
close we are to each other.
Yeah.
And then it's really cute. And and then after that we got to talk with our sister, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it's really cute.
Did I say my number 2 yet, or
wait, did you?
Did we?
I don't remember. I mean, we talked about it, and then
I remember talking about dinner. We talked about dinner.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, you're right. Oh crap. Okay.
Did I say my number 2? I feel like I didn't for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just reintroduce number 2. Forget family. Okay. Forget number 1. What is number 2 for you?
Mine it's road trip.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, road trip. I don't know. I like the fact
we totally didn't talk about that.
Yeah, I like the fact that our families hung out on the road trip, even though and I thought it was good, especially even though I was kind of against it because I played through the whole like lean into Kiss Cove kind of deal a lot playthroughs, and I'm like, God, I don't want to keep doing it. It's like, but yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
What I did in my playthrough.
Yeah, I've done a lot of that, but I mostly did like, oh yeah, just sleep. Don't need to make things more romantic than it should, because I didn't want to get him in trouble or us in trouble, and just.
They are all funny. They were all laughing about it though.
Yeah, well, to our expense, not just because it's funny, but whatever. All right, let's move on to number 1. Yours is family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And mine is escapade.
Uh-huh.
The reason why is because again, one of my favorite characters in this game is Kyra.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, she's like one of my like top favorite characters in this game, and I liked hanging out with her in this moment, especially how sweet it was, how she wants to spend time with Cove as much as possible, and she just like, we're gonna bring Sheena along, because why the heck not? And she was smart about it too, because like she knows Cove will not like really hang out with her as much because of how weird the situation is right now, with her like staying over the summer. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially knowing about what happened.
Yeah, especially knowing what happened. And I'm pretty sure we told her, but I forgot. We told her.
I don't remember.
We said that we mentioned that Cove ran away from home, and she didn't actually know about it until we said it. So yeah.
Oh.
And I also like the drive-through and the movie thing. That was fun.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it with the whole list.
That's our tier list of our favorite moments.
Yeah, another messy moment. It's less confusing than the last one, but still.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And since we're done all the moments, we're gonna move on now.
Yay.
And then the summer ended. Right. Move on to the next step. Yes. There was no denying it. Today was the very last day of summer. Tomorrow you were heading to class.
You're excited to go back. Anxiety gnawed at your stomach. It was a bummer. Your feelings were muddled. It's a bummer.
I feel like my anxiety is go out my stomach. I don't know.
Me, it's a bummer. I don't like going back.
I guess from randomizing it, since our options are different, it's 4. So
all right.
It was a bummer.
Yes.
Summer had been so much fun. When you thought about going back to school, it was a sense of loss. Soon you wouldn't be able to choose how your days were spent without the school bell telling you where to be and when. It was a heavy heart that you choose your outfit for your final day of freedom. Life was going to be different. You had to come to think of the summer vacation as a norm. But school sucked up the majority of the year, whereas summer vacation was just a respite in the middle. So rather than it being different, it kind of a turn of the normal. What did your normal life really mean? You considered how fondly your moms talk about their summer vacations as kids. You dimly recognized that one year the pattern of school, summer itself would be over for good. It's hard to imagine. You've gotten distracted, one arm still out of sleeve, you pulled it through and put your mind back to the present. This season had brought about plenty of changes of its own, like Kyra's visit, though that too was coming to an end today.
You were happy you'd finally gotten the chance to know her. You had become extremely fond of her. You didn't really like her. Your mind wasn't made up on how you felt about her. You didn't care one way or the other. We are extremely fond of her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Either that or you were happy you've gotten a chance to know her. Either way.
I think we ended up being more fond.
More fun, yeah.
Yeah. See?
The neighborhood was about to feel a lot emptier. You finished dressing, which was good. Cove would be there any moment. You agreed to see his mom off together. Officially, the plan was that he would come over to bring you around to his house when she was ready to set off, but you both knew you'd be hanging out at least for a little while beforehand. Kara's Route had troubled Cove when it first happened. It had been a surprise change thanks to Mr. Holden's infinite tendency to surprise people, but once he was able to adjust, he'd been in pretty good spirits with her all around. It was a relief for everyone. You turned to your desk where the box containing your accessories resided. A thought struck you like a bolt, and your eyes bored into the box. Should you wear an anklet for Cove's visit today? You had some nice ones that you hadn't used in a while.
You just decide to wear several anklets. You put on one anklet bracelet on. You didn't wear one. Yeah, you just wear one. Yeah,
just one. We don't need to wear several.
Yeah, that's
your heart
true.
Pounded as you slipped the loop through the clasp and fastened it in place. Would Cove spot it? Your face grew hot as you imagined how he'd react. The next thought that crossed your mind was,
it would only be polite to get the door for Cove. You went downstairs to wait. You couldn't wait to see Cove, so you went downstairs to meet him when he arrived. Cove knew your house well enough. You could lounge in your room to wait for him.
I would meet him downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be polite. Like, I want to meet him downstairs because I want to.
Polite. Me, I would just, just go downstairs anyways.
You strolled down the stairs. Someone else might be able to answer it, but he was your guest. It was only a few minutes later when the doorbell rang. As soon as you chosen to stand beside it to wait for Cove, there was no delaying in pulling it. Cove was there just as you expected. Seeing you, he flashed you a bright grin.
Hey.
Hi, Sheena.
Hi, Cove. Come on in.
Once he stepped aside, you beckoned for him to follow you upstairs. Back in your room, you sat down on your bed and waited for Cove to settle in as you knew he would. With other guests, you might have offered him a seat, but you and Cove were long past those tentative stages of friendship. Your room was just as familiar to him as his own. You watched as Cove sat down in your desk chair, his preferred spot. He rolled it closer to the bed, making it easier to chat, tweaking the angle so that he was facing you fully. Once happy with the position, he leaned in towards you, hands held in his lap. His actions were the ones someone who planned on moving from his spot anytime soon, even though you had appointed to keep together that day.
When is your mom leaving?
Don't worry about it.
We got some time. She still got a shower and stuff before she goes. She didn't want me to just keep hanging around while she was doing that. He lifted his head, his gaze drifting out through the window, and chuckled. I can't believe she's already leaving. Just when I'm getting used to her being there every day. He leaned back in the chair, a weary smile tickled his cheeks.
Yeah, you nodded. She'll be back. Time's going by so fast.
I would say she'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. He cocked his head thoughtfully before shrugging. He ran a hand through his hair before shaking his head, as if shaking off the topic like a dog looping off water as falling dip in the sea. Cove looked back at you. His lips parted as he was about to speak, but instead his eyes widened and his mouth closed into a tiny frown. Something had caught his attention. Something wrapped around where the end of your leg met your foot. He cast his eyes back to your face, then down to your ankle, and then back to your face. Repeated the process once, twice more, as if struggling to hold on to the two items in tandem. Maybe he was weighing up whether or not this could be a coincidence or not. Or maybe he was just too sad to verbalize his thoughts, or he was still trying to find the words, and this was the most he could manage. The attention made you feel
bashful, amused, thrilled, regretful, pleased. Don't know.
Do you want to randomize it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 5. We're regretful. Being the focus of such fixation gave us discovery, especially Cove, not indicating how you felt about the situation. On his next glance back to your face, Cove saw your expression and had shifted. You'd watched it as his bewilderment unrolled and into a mortification as he realized what he had been caught staring. He clearly spun the chair to face the wall instead, allowing you to glimpse the flush that he had spread all the way to his ears. He twisted his seat, wriggling his head, determined avoiding looking in your direction again. It seemed that he decided against saying anything at all.
Does it look good? You stayed quiet yourself. Sorry. What's wrong, Cove?
I would ask what's wrong, Cove.
For me, I would just stay quiet.
I guess we're randomizing it then. It's 4. 3. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Cove mumbled something intangible as he slumped over. With how he was hunched over, the quiet words had no chance of reaching you. You weren't going to get anything out of him in this state. You waited for him to come around before speaking again. Finally, he piped out very softly.
That's,
Did you do it because of what I said before? I mean, you know. The last few words were whispered as though they were her precious secret. The ankle bracelet.
Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know what you're talking about. I remember what I said.
You want to tease him about it?
What? That's a tease?
Yeah, that's a tease.
Oh, yeah,
I remember that being a tease. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember saying that in Among Us. I got it.
It's such a funny reference. Like, nobody's gonna understand what was happening.
Only you can know if you watch our stream.
Only this Twilight streams. I don't have yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I don't even. Well, actually, I do have a video of that. Maybe I'll post it on
it on your YouTube channel. It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah. Anyways, I feel like now I want to pick that one. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Because you mentioned it. His eyes squeezed shut. He had no idea if the answer made him feel better or nervous. He eventually looked down at his lap, where his fingers were flexing and curling in an awkward dance of nerves. His chest rose as he breathed. He breathed deep. Well, it looks good on you. Your heart skittered in your chest like a stone skipping rocks across water. One big leap from that unexpected compliment, followed by a series of shorter ones as you absorbed in the words. You beamed at him. He was looking at you again. At last, he returned the smile shyly. This really couldn't have worked out better than you thought. And there was nothing else he could add after that. Cove's posture tittered, his eyelids blinking quickly. Sheena, I kinda wanted to talk about... He drew a deep breath before completing the sentence.
I mean...
What happened on the trip? His voice shook as he pushed out the words. Your eyes grew at the reaction. Coke pulled his arms around his chest, his shoulders hunching inward. You knew what he was implying. Back then, when you've been in the loft and you nearly kissed, Cove hadn't breathed a word about it since it happened, or will almost happen.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for moving away like that when you tried to. He dropped the sentence. You didn't push him to finish. It had been conveyed what it needed. And I'm sorry how I've been since, acting like it didn't even happen. I've thought about it. I mean, I haven't forgotten about it. I don't keep thinking about it all the time. He hung his red cheek head forward and propped up by a couple of fingers. You could tell that he was already regretting how this was going.
Sorry
for being weird. It's just, I kind of thought or hoped that sometime I would be able to do this with me talking about everything.
Everything? There's more?
He nodded ever so slightly. Your face felt a lot hotter after that. Cole brightened a little at your positive reaction, and his explanation continued. I could sort of picture how it might go. Would it be like with you and me?
Aww.
But that's just the first part. I couldn't ever imagine anything that come after, and now it's actually happening. We're here. It's. He took another deep breath, stuttering on the exhale.
That's,
This makes things different.
Things don't have to be different. This is hard for me. Should we find a crystal ball for answers?
I feel like things don't have to be different.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're in a relationship, like, you can still act the same as you were before. It's just that you would be in a bigger relationship than before.
Yeah. I
You
guess
know?
so, yeah.
It's like, you're friends. Like, if you've been best friends this long, it
Yeah.
shouldn't really change unless it's really that awkward.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, don't, if you, then, if, I don't know, just if you, like, I don't know, this is a very complicated, thing.
Yeah, I have no
Talk
idea.
about-
Okay. I have
Yeah.
no idea. I don't have a boyfriend, so I
Like,
don't know anything.
Yeah. Like, if you want to keep someone as your, like, best friend, then, yeah, go ahead, just keep them as your best friend, but
It's just if you like them more, I guess
more,
you just
you
want
can go for it, but again, it doesn't really have to be different. It's not like you two are changing as people. So,
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
couples, like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure your partner should be also your best friend in the end of it. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, again. Anyways, let's continue. Things don't have to be different. He gave you a wan smile. Thanks, but I don't think that'll work. I can't just forget. I definitely can't. His wide eyes met yours as he looked at you, less burdened from the anxiety that had built inside of him.
How about a do-over? Do you want to try again? He silently returned his gaze. He smiled reassuringly.
I want to smile at him reassuringly.
Same.
Yeah, because, like, I don't want to push it too far at this. Like,
Wait,
no,
what?
let's go. I don't want to, like, personally, I'm like, you know what? I want to make him feel like it's okay. Just, like, so I want to smile reassuringly too. So,
Okay. I mean,
yeah.
I guess so. It's like less complicated.
less complicated.
Yeah, it's less complicated. In my
You watch as
situation.
Cove drew himself up, his fingers curling up. It was as if he was pulling every last drop of courage from his body. Do you want to try again? I can do it this time. I want to do it. Cove. Your heart leapt. Your mind took longer to catch up to process the meaning behind the words. It was okay. He wanted to kiss you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could. You kissed him. Kiss.
You kissed him, or do you
You kissed
want to
him.
say we're scared but kissed him anyways?
You kiss him.
You just kissed him? Alright, I guess we're going for it. You kissed him. You untangled yourself from your resting position and stood up, realizing your intention to actually go for it. Cole straightened up in the chair, his hand coiled together in his lap. As you moved towards him, you noticed his knees knocking together as he trembled. His decision was not to rise from the chair made perfect sense. If he was that shaky while sitting down, there's no way he'd manage to stand, at least without one of you falling over. Your legs brushed against his quivering ones as you came to stop in front of him. Cole was staring up at you. As you leaned towards him, he echoed the motion, drew in towards you. Once you were close enough to feel Cole's breath on your face, you closed your eyes. The last thing you saw was Cole quickly doing the same. Oh my... oh my god, it's so cute.
Aww.
Your lips met Cove's for a moment. His
That's
lips
so
were pressed
cute.
tightly
I've never seen
together,
that before.
unyielding, but it was alright. You were kissing him, and he was kissing you. Yeah, this was part of the bigger updates that Jeep Patch added, and I think this works.
Yeah, it works a lot.
I like how in different versions there's a lot of variety of how it looks, so it's not just the set, like the default, but yeah, there's
And I think
many.
yeah,
but it's so cute.
yeah, it's adorable.
Your stomach somersaulted. You couldn't believe it was really happening. In that moment, it felt warm and it felt nice and it felt right. You drew it back and Cove slipped down into the chair. The knuckles of his hands were pale after gripping so tightly. Thinking that he could do with some space to breathe, figuratively and literally, he took a step back. Cove shot up, his stance serrated. Cove plastered a hand over his mouth, his eyes shut tight. His back then became bowed, shrinking down. You could only just make out a few words he'd managed to summon.
Oh my god, oh my god!
I can't believe we actually... His eyes flew open wide, but he didn't look your way, let alone meet your gaze.
Oh my god!
We kissed. We kissed.
You were full of nerves. His reaction was really cute. You thought his bluster was funny. It worried you that he was so frantic.
His reaction was cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. You watched him adoringly as he tried to gather his senses. Cove only slammed his eyes shut once again.
Did you like it? Was that bad? It was nice, wasn't it? Cove, it's okay. Did I do something wrong?
Cove, it's okay. For me,
yeah, it's
personally.
okay.
It's okay, Cove. He was still holding out the hand to his face, but intended to answer, he emitted a muffled whimper. With that obviously not working, he uncovered his face at last, bringing the hand to lay against his chest and looked at you. Yeah. He opened his mouth to position to speak. He pursed his lips as the words failed on him. On the third or fourth attempt, you heard what he had to say. I did like it. I'm glad we did. I'm glad that we, you know. He swallowed, seemingly not able to speak the actual word.
That we kissed?
Cove ducked his head but nodded. You got the impression that he was grateful that you finished the thought, but your direct words had pierced his Achilles heel. You grinned, thrilled that the experience had been a welcome one. The smile on Cove's face was real but weary, but not like the one he wore after a long, exhausting day of activity. Like when he made his new personal best, the work had been hard, but the reward had been worth it. With some newfound confidence, he drew himself up as he inhaled deeply. Each word as he spoke next was delicate.
Sheena,
I like you. A lot. Probably way too much.
No, it's enough. What are you talking about? Hell.
I liked how you kind of cut the audio when you said oh. Like, kind of cut off, and I'm like, oh god. He ducked his head bashfully and opened an eye, peeking at you through the hair that had fallen over his face like a veil. He managed to smile.
thanks for waiting for me.
Of course, Cove. His eyes sparkled just looking at you. His affection transparently clear. He would never could hide what he was feeling, and you couldn't be more grateful for that today.
You smiled at him. You hugged him. I like you too. You breathed a sigh of relief. I like you even more.
I hugged him.
You even more.
I would hug him.
Oh, me, I would just tell him and then hug him.
Do you want to randomize it?
Yes, both.
5?
Yes, 5.
5. I like you even more. Cove squeaked out a nervous giggle. He curled his hand into a loose fist and brushed the knuckles idly against his cheek. Words evaded him as he opened his mouth and closed it again. He gave up on finishing the sentence, instead just smiling again. He rubbed his eyes on the heel of his hand in an action usually reserved for much later in the day. But at this point, it already felt like a long day. Sorry.
What happened?
Then Cove... Sorry, I burped into the mic. Cove then pressed a hand to his creased forehead.
Oh my god.
Does this mean I'm your boyfriend or something now? We should tell our parents. I don't know what mom or dad would do. There were a lot of concerns in there, and you honed in on the simplest. There was no way your moms would let you have a boyfriend, even though that word juxtaposed with Cove's name made your heart race.
My parents won't let me have a boyfriend or even a something. It's not fair. I wish we were older. It's okay. It doesn't matter though. We like each other, and that's what's important. You didn't know what to say. It doesn't
like
matter
it doesn't
though.
matter.
We like each other, and what's important. Yes.
Yep. We can wait
do
for
that.
it to be like official, but we can still like each other.
Yeah.
It's a whole different bubble.
That's it.
Nobody else thought about your relationship changed to what was between the two of you. Cove lifted his hand from his chest and reached towards you, halting halfway, then slowly cautiously hooked your fingers around yours, his palm against the back of your hand.
Aw, you let him hold your hand. You held his hand back. You
Holding
held his hand yes.
back.
Yeah.
You rotated your hand so that you were palm to palm with Cove, your thumbs crossed in another. We can get it to work. We'll always figure something out sooner or later.
You're right. No matter what, it's okay in the end when it's the two of us.
Your forthright statement made Cove gasp, but the smile followed and his tighter grip on your hand told you that he appreciated it.
That's so sweet. Sheena, Cove!
The sudden call from downstairs caught both of you unaware. You'd nearly forgotten the world outside your room. From the guilty look on his face, Cove had done the same.
Just had a call. Cove's mom is ready to go. If you're quick, she might keep the mandated motherly smothering to a minimum.
You doubted that, but since it's the mom and Mrs. Price had their strange sense of humor in common, your eyes met Code wordlessly and you headed downstairs together. Each step on the way there was painfully slow, like he was trying to deny the inevitable. His whole body tense leaving the house, and Code froze all together before both of you could cross the street. Hold on, I'm just putting on the jacket. It's cold in my room.
Oh.
The door's open. Dad must be taking her stuff out. He swallowed hard. She's really gonna leave. You smiled at him.
Wait.
You. Right. Yours. I need to give myself a break.
Yeah. You smiled at him reassuringly. You gave his back a pat. You rested your hand on his arm. This isn't the last time you'll ever see her.
This isn't the last time you'll ever see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see her again. Maybe
You're
next time. Who knows?
Next time. Who knows? I know, but I got
during our
used to
wedding.
having her. Maybe a little earlier than that. But yeah, wedding at some point. I know, but I got used to having her here.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I say it? Yeah.
Yeah, you said it on like ironically. It was hard to think of a world where you didn't have both your moms living at home with you. So you couldn't even imagine how hurt Cove must have been feeling knowing his mom was leaving. You saw his bottom lip quiver just before he turned his head away from you.
You don't have to head over if you don't want to.
No, it'll be worse if I miss her leaving.
Okay.
At that, some conflict warning on his face was eased a bit. Together, you went across the street and inside his house, finding his parents in the living room surrounded by his mom's packed things.
Hey, kids.
Good timing. I called a taxi.
Hi.
And hi, Sheena. So glad I got to see you today. It was fabulous getting to know you this summer. I finally got to put the face on the name that I've heard so many times. She winked and Cove pouted on cue over the teasing.
I'm really happy I got to meet you too. I hope you had a good time visiting. Bye. You didn't say anything in response.
I'm happy to got to meet you, honestly.
Yes, I'm so happy too.
I'm so happy. Hopefully it won't be long before we see each other again. Nodding, Kara turned her attention back to her boys. She patted Cliff on the arm with a warm smile, and then she eloped Cove in a crushing hug. Initially, Cove scored to break free from her grip, but his mom was unfazed and kept him locked in place. Heartbeats later, he gave in and hugged her back tightly.
I'm so glad.
And I'm so happy this trip was a success.
Cliff looked like he was bursting with pride.
Well, not a 100% success, but still a passing grade, I think.
Thinking back on everything that happened this summer, he started to look sheepish. Cliff scratched the side of his head and awkwardly chuckled escape Cove.
There were ways it could have gone smoother. I'm still keeping that in mind for the future.
All right.
Yeah.
Good for you, Cliff. And I'll try I'll be trying harder to stay more in the loop. You watched as Cove smiled softly at both his parents, and you felt relief seeing how much the whole family had come together since you first met them. Despite any underlying troubles, love was still there. After it wasn't long before the taxi arrived, rolling up in the front of the house and cleared in view of the open door. Kara stood up smiling sadly.
Well,
that's my ride. Yeah. I like how we did it on cue without having like any without any preparation.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, we started we did it. Okay.
You just do it.
The matching reply got a chuckle out of Kyra as you all filed out of the house, wandering around with Kyra's bags in hand. Once outside, you spotted your family waiting by the street, and to your surprise, Derek was also with them. He stood uncomfortably and he waved as soon as you noticed him.
what's up?
Am I Derek?
No,
you're Derek. You're Derek. I was like, who am I, Derek?
Yeah. Wait one moment, I'm eating something.
Okay.
I regret it a lot. Hey, Sheena. Hey, Cove. There. Hello? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it's your turn.
Yeah, I know. I said it.
No, you're Sheena.
Oh, right.
You're
I forgot. When did you get here?
You forgot.
We're really a mess today. Okay. My dad dropped me off just a bit ago. Thought I could visit one more time before school started.
Sorry.
You picked a busy time, sorry. Derek couldn't even look at Cove. He nervously kept rolling a pebble with the bottom of his shoe.
Sorry.
I wasn't even thinking that your mom would be leaving today. I'm sorry, dude. It's your turn. Wait, is it my
you're
turn
Cove.
still?
Yeah,
Oh my
you're Cove's
goodness!
dad.
I thought it was just Cove. What? You're not interrupting anything. You're always welcome here.
It would have been sad if I didn't get to say goodbye before leaving. I think so too. It was apparent Derek would have preferred to have gotten there at least more opportune moment. He never liked seeing impolite, but their reassuring words soothed his worries. The tension he was holding in his body lessened, and he looked like he was feeling much more like himself. Bye, Derek. It was fun getting to know you.
Bye, ma'am. Is there anything I can do to help?
Nah.
Don't worry yourself over it. We're just about set.
In that short amount of time, Cliff had gathered and packed the bags into the trunk, and Kara took one last look at everyone inside. Alright, I don't want to keep the driver waiting. It's time to head out. The little crowd had formed around and started their chorus of farewells and well wishes traveling, but Kara was still made no move to get in the taxi. She placed her attention on Cove. I'll call when I get to the airport and when I make it to Nevada.
Also, you better call the moment you walk in the door at home. Otherwise, we'll be wondering all night if you got into trouble on the way there.
Can do.
I can do that. And could you call tomorrow too so I can tell you how school went? Of course, I want to hear all about it. Yara put her hand on Cove's head, affectionately ruffling his hair one last time. She then let go, only to move into squeezing his cheeks in her hands and said, Mom.
Cove.
I love you so much, baby. She was struggling by the time she freed him and rounded things off with a small tap on the tip of the nose. Cove rubbed his face with a grin. Finally, she walked to the car while waving and took her seat in the taxi. Cliff took the arm around Cove's shoulder and kept him close as it began to pull away for a moment. Then, for a moment, Cove looked up at his dad and then wrapped his arm across his back.
Bye.
Bye, Mom.
Bye. Travel safe.
Cal rolled down the window and stuck her head out of it. She waved again while blowing kisses at Cove and Cleft. See you again. Before she was out of sight, you decided to
Call out with your family and hers. Wave goodbye. Watch quietly.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
Do
would
you
wave
just wanna
goodbye.
Do you just want to randomize it?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
You call out your family and hers. As you added your voice to the others, you watched Ira's smile grow larger. The cab turned down the road and completely disappeared from view. Cove let go of his sides and took a few steps into the empty street, still looking in the direction where his mom went. He smiled quietly in deep thought. You got the impression Cove was feeling better than he was earlier. He was finally content with the way things were here. The summer breeze brought a sweet-sounding jingle across the way. It was the wind chime you had given Cove. He had hung in front of the house, and he knew it became a very familiar sound in the neighborhood. You jumped a bit when your mom put a hand on your shoulder, pulling you away from your thoughts. You smiled when you looked at her.
This was a great vacation, huh? Yeah, I don't think so. You nodded in agreement. You shrugged. I don't know. Summer isn't over until the second I fall asleep. I would say that in the last one.
Yeah, same.
So yes.
So yes.
No naps for you then. Can't risk you accidentally ending summer a few hours too early for the rest of us.
Juggling, you shook your head amused. Cole walked over to the group, still genuinely happy. Derek grinned at him welcomingly, and everyone else there smiled at him, even Elizabeth.
Well,
Mal clapped her hands together, bringing everyone's attention back to the present. It's almost lunchtime, and I think I'll put something special together. Her eyes sparkled with a plan, and Mom smiled.
I bet you could use some help with that.
That would absolutely be wonderful. Derek glanced between the two, his eyes furrowed.
Is there something I could do?
Your mom's exchanged a fond expression. Mal shook her head.
how sweet.
That's very sweet, Derek, but it's alright.
It's not your job. Technically, your dad left you under Cliff's watch. You're meant to be taken care of by him, not doing chores for the neighbors. Aww.
Hold on. Mom laughed a little over her own joke. You watched Derek looked away, discouraged.
It's okay.
It's okay, I don't mind.
He was a little bashful about it. You wondered if Mom's joke had just reminded him that he wasn't initially meant to be invited for lunch. It was getting a little awkward. Mom grinned sympathetically. Her compliment was meant to lighten the mood, not bring it back down. Mom tried again to get things moving forward. Why don't you kids go have fun? You can all come back in about an hour. We'll make enough for everyone. Mom nodded in agreement.
Sounds good.
Another stunning idea, Lonnie.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That sounds like a plan then. I don't want to cramp your style. I've got some stuff to work on, so I can be out of your hair this afternoon. You should have come by later too. No reason you should be the odd man out.
Mom seemed amused as Cliff rubbed his neck nervously. He grinned a wavering but pleased smile.
Thanks very much.
I appreciate the invite.
He looked over the assembled crowd with his knowing glances.
I can help too. With as many people as you're feeding, that's going to be a lot of food.
Didn't you hear what we told Derek? It wouldn't be fair to make you cook when we're the ones who are inviting you in. Ma raised an eyebrow when Cliff waved it off.
Come on.
I insist. Derek would be missing time with his pals. This would be a break for me. I'm quite the chef.
Ma and Mom exchanged friendly glances before Mom shrugged.
True.
What? An airtight argument.
If you're sure, we'll be happy to have you, Chef Cliff. Cliff's grin widened and seemed more hyped than you would expect him to be about helping out with lunch. Cliff shook his head, a fond smile on his face.
Oh, god damn it. I was hoping Mom would talk again. No! Then all us grown-up people will be heading inside. I assume the rest of you kiddos are staying out?
Maybe not all of them. Maud shook her head, a silent question for Elizabeth. Your sister thought for a moment.
All right.
I'll stay with the kids.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Both your moms smiled at her, while Derek and Co didn't seem to appreciate her phrasing. But with that plan decided, all three parents waved and headed for your house. It was just you teenagers now. Elizabeth looked at you and the others, and curious expression on her face.
So,
what now? You silently wondered if Elizabeth would only stay with you to avoid getting roped into work. And again, she could just gently want to hang out. You can tell with your sister. Ghost woke up, and after no one else did answer Elizabeth's question. Wanna go down to the shopping street? It's been a while, and I don't think there's a lot of other things we can agree on. Yeah, sure.
awesome.
Sounds awesome to me. Unlike you guys, I haven't been there 1,001 times. It's new to me. Let's do it. Okay, if you guys really want to. There's nothing else to do.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You strolled across the road as a group, down to the beach and then to the left. It took less than 15 minutes to arrive, one of the conveniences of Sunset Bird. The four of you only looked around the familiar shops, trying to see if anything caught your attention this time. Derek was the most enthusiastic. He checked out every stall with his eyes wide with wonder. Elizabeth and Cove were in good spirits as well.
That's so cool.
He ran over to the street magician who was currently doing a card trick for a group of enchanted tourists. Their claps when the magician showed the middle-aged man his card. Derek turned back to the group with a curious gleam on his face.
What does it take to perform here anyway? Do you have to ask somebody, or do you just show up and start doing stuff?
Virgo. I'm
Yeah,
like blanked
you're
out
the
for a
one.
second. Who'd you even ask? It's a public street. Hey, Mrs. Mayor, can I pull a rabbit out of my head, please? Flopsy is well behaved, I promise. Derek chuckled, his eyes searching up and down the scene.
Maybe?
Maybe there's a boss of the shopping street? No one does any of this out around my neighborhood. It's just regular stores behind walls.
It's different if someone wants a real store, but here I'm pretty sure people are just putting on their little shows whenever they want and do whatever.
That's so neat. Would we be allowed to do something too?
Cove laughed and Derek began almost vibrating with excitement. Elizabeth rolled her eyes. What would we do?
Well, I don't know what. Not yet, I mean. I just found out it's a possibility, you know? But there's gotta be something. We know cool stuff. I'm sure if we think about it, we could plan a show that really get a crowd pumped. You thought it was a great idea and wanted to be a part of it. You felt he could try this idea on his own. You thought Derek needed to abandon that bad idea stat. You have to look to the other two.
I don't know.
We're gonna randomize then?
Yeah. If you don't know.
I don't know either.
3. You thought Derek needed to ban the idea stat.
No way! Sorry, but that wouldn't go well, Derek.
Why?
Why not? You don't even know what you'd be doing. This is still what we call the brainstorming phase. I'd know what I was in for when it was really time to shine.
With some amusement, the gang continued to pursue the stalls. Elizabeth found some earrings and with a dangling, badly misprinted globe that everyone laughed at. Cove picked out a blob as Iceland, but Derek thought it had to be Greenland. You know, this is a world that looks like 9 continents. I think you're both wrong.
You wanted to side with Cove. You backed up Derek. You agreed with your sister. No, it's Australia. You stayed out of it. It's Australia.
I would side with Cove or something.
Yeah, I would just say it's Australia just because.
Okay, we'll pick Australia then. It's funny. The other 3 giggled at your introduction. Suddenly, Cove froze and you stared at him and then tried to see what he caught his attention. When you saw a familiar face down the way, it all made sense. Between the crowds, his bright hair stood out like neon green bowl in the kitchen sink. It was Jeremy. Jeremy slowly shifted his eyes down the street and his eyes widened with a mutual recognition. He definitely noticed you. Derek frowned and Cove tensed up. He couldn't help but remember the last time you've seen Jeremy at Miranda's party. No wonder Cove was already defensive.
You stood there shocked. You glared at Jeremy. You waved at Jeremy. You decided to smell at Jeremy. You looked up. You glared at him.
You glared at him? Alright.
Yeah, we punched him in the face. We wouldn't be friendly.
Oh yeah, right. We punched him in the face. It would be funny if we waved at him, just like as a joke.
It's like, hey, Jeremy, remember when we punched your face? Yeah. That's pretty threatening, I have to say.
Oh my god. You narrowed your eyes and projected your dislike. Elizabeth raised an eyebrow. Her gaze swept over Jeremy without a hint of a clue. Jeremy simply scoffed it to himself and wandered deeper into the crowd of people. Derek relaxed and exhaled loudly.
I'm glad he's not going to start anything.
He peeked over at Elizabeth with a tiny smirk.
See? That was the mean kid.
What?
Huh? She still didn't get it. The first summer that hadn't made as much of an impression on her as it did for Derek, but he smiled and waved off.
Just forget about him.
I already have. He laughed and Cove smiled lightly. He seemed in a much better mood than now that Jeremy was gone. Your eyes wandered over to where Jeremy disappeared. You hadn't forgotten the day you met him either. He was only going to be in town for vacation, and with the parents he hated, that glimpse was probably the last time you'll ever see him.
You mentioned that realization to everyone. You kept the thought to yourself. You broke from the group and went after Jeremy.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Randomize?
Randomize.
2. You kept
2.
the thought to yourself.
Alright. ...
Elizabeth snapped her fingers in front of your face. Apparently you had spaced out. Cove and Derek were already next to a stall. Come on, unless you want to be left to get here. He nodded and caught up with the others. Cove raised an eyebrow. What were you thinking about?
Nothing.
He gave you a searching look, but you let it drop when Derek yelled at you to go check out something. Jeremy was unlike anyone you've ever met before.
You thought he was horrible. You thought he was weird. You thought he was stupid. You thought he was kind of pitiful. You thought he was kind of okay. You didn't know what to think about him. You thought he was horrible.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, I just lined down.
You and the group moved on from the stall from Jeremy. It didn't take long for everyone to return to the joking you all enjoyed of what little time you had left, as Elizabeth had mentioned the hour was almost off. The trip had flown by and lunch had been waiting for you now. Derek bounced on the balls of his feet.
Okay.
Come on, guys, let's get going so we can eat. I'm starving. Well, if we have to. I can't wait. I've had enough walking around. Homebound, here we go. You nodded silently. Which one is it? Randomize this one
I don't really know.
Randomize.
Okay. 5. I was gonna say. 1.
1. Alright.
If we have to. Cove stretched out one of his arms lazily. Let's go then. You looked at him appraisingly.
You asked Cove to carry you back to the house. You nod at him. Let's carry us.
Cove.
Hey, Cove.
Yeah?
Could you carry me back home?
What?
Cove turned red, obviously flustered.
You explained you wanted a piggyback ride. You didn't want to walk back. You told him it was a special occasion. You decided to let it go. Told him it was a special occasion.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. I think that special transportation makes sense to such a big day.
Cove sighed and shook his head. Elizabeth and Derek became a chorus of laughter.
Come on, Cove, it'll be fun.
Alright. Cove stepped over to you. He looked like he couldn't believe what he was doing. Your lips perked into a large smile.
Huh? Yeah, thanks.
He carefully crouched in front of you so that you can climb on. It wasn't hard to hop on. He slipped his arms under your legs and what he did to best lift you. It was wobbly, but he managed to stand all the way up. Elizabeth watched with a smirk on her face while Derek laughed even harder. It was feared that their antics were entertaining. You were glad that Cove went along with it. Cove carried you home, but he surprisingly seemed bashful about the situation. He struggled how much gripped around you, whether or not he should keep trying to reposition things. All along that, he also seemed to feel some pride to be carrying you. It was a pleasant walk home. In no time, you had made it back. Derek had gone to the front door and held it open for everyone as you moseyed inside. The three parents were still in the kitchen. They looked up and waved. Welcome back, everyone.
You made it just in time.
Hey!
I hope you're hungry.
When Cove had brought you inside, the parents couldn't help but notice that odd convenience. Your moms were unsure and Mr. Holden raised an eyebrow.
Everything okay?
Did you pull something, Sheena? I'm okay.
Aw, Cove, you've gotten so strong.
Good kid.
And reliable too. What a guy.
Cove rolled his eyes at the commentary, then started to walk to your couch and he bent down to let you plop on the back on the couch.
Thanks for the lift.
Cove exhaled loudly and shook his arms. He seemed to relieve that he made it. So, did everyone have a nice time out? She gestured for the people to take a seat at the table. Plates and silverware had already been placed out. You took your normal seat. Elizabeth sat across from you, and Derek took a seat to your left. Cove sat on your right. But he blushed a little and began fidgeting with his silverware. His dad was the first to pick up on his extra awkwardness, but your moms weren't far behind. The parents shared looks at Cove's reaction. It seemed that he was struggling with how to act normal around his dad or your parents, or both after what happened between the two of you upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a great time.
It was fine. I had fun.
I really liked it. It's okay, I guess. Yeah, the bank heist went off without a hitch. I guess the last one's funny.
Yeah, the last one's funny. Deirdre got some chuckles around the table.
That's good in my book.
Casually, Mr. Holden sat in the empty seat across Cove. He smiled at you and all the other kids. Mom set down a platter of water glasses on the table. She looked down at the gathering.
It's a good thing we have 8 chairs. I can't remember the last time we've had a group this big over for a meal. Can you pass the drinks down to the other side? Make sure you all get one. Sure.
The closed cups oblige and stirring offering waters around. As you pass Cove, his drink in your hands touched. Cove rose. He had already let go, not realizing that he was too distracted to function in the moment. The glass fell down to the table, landing with a sharp clatter of glass on the wood. Cove scooted over the chair back with a strained shout.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I'll get a towel or something. He looked around in a frantic panic, as if to objectify to soak up the water, and he would magically appear as if he had turned his head fast enough. His dad bit his lip in worry, rising from his own seat.
Well...
Cove, what's going on? You've been a little out of it today.
Did something happen? Cove turned frozen again. He stared at the water on the tabletop as if he wanted to sink into it.
You spoke up to cover Cove. You blanked on anything that could be said. You admit that what happened between the two of you, they had to find out sometime. You accidentally blurted out. You blanked out on anything that could be said. Yeah,
Your back stiffened straight, unsure of what to do. Cove and you were a pair of statues, an awkward red-faced pair of statues. Eyes started to move between you and Cove. They shared silence, deafening with unsaid sitting on your lips. Mr. Holden cleared his throat.
That's...
Well, it's no problem. Don't worry about it there, bud.
Yes.
That's awkward.
Yes, we were just worried about, but you don't have to feel any pressure. While all matters that are private and personal. Your ma gave a soft giggle and Cove breathed a sigh, but everyone went back passing drinks around. As everything got set up, Ma challenged Elizabeth to take her elbows off the table.
Now.
And you shouldn't slouch. She pointed to Mr. Holden, who was leaning forward with both arms on the table.
Oops.
Mr. Holden seemed unsure with all the sudden attention carefully arranged around his position to something suitable for a fancy dinner. He smiled sheepishly at Ma. Elizabeth rolled her eyes and Ma gave a level look at her. You shouldn't be impolite to guests in a house either. Elizabeth groaned and long-suffering Ma giggled and Mr. Holden chuckled.
Not bad.
A lot of you could learn a thing or two from Derek. He has the best manners here.
Derek blushed, and it was true. His posture was upright and formal. He even held his fork gracefully. His table manners were on top of all his attempt to aid your parents and made him the model of the meal attendee behavior.
Aw.
It's nothing.
It's true, though. You have been a lovely guest.
I've noticed that too. It's always nice when you stay over, Derek.
Derek smiled and sat a little tall in his chair. And do you have anything good to say about our other guest? She deliberately had Cove with a teasing smirk. Or is there just nothing to say?
Well, Cove is my number one, but he does still clean his hands by wiping them on his pants.
Cove frowned at that, absent-minded, and brushed his hands on his pant leg. Your mom laughed lightly. Elizabeth, you should know after all these years, Cove is hardly a guest anymore. Cove smiled awkwardly. Thanks.
Manners. Who cares? I don't think it's that big of a deal. You teased Cove for his bad habit. You complimented Derek on his politeness. You joked that Derek was basically an adult. You kept quiet and took a bite of food. Let's joke about Derek basically
Derek's
being
politeness,
an adult.
or basically being an adult. Alright.
Next time Derek really is going to stay inside to cook, he's practically a mini adult.
If he's joining us,
Wait.
Oh wait, no, it's you.
That's Mom.
It's your mom.
Yes. If he's joining us as grown-ups, then you're going to have to treat him like one. Okay, so Mr. Suarez, how go your taxes?
Derek shook his head and chuckled. Everyone ate their meal together and continued to hang out for the afternoon. After the food, you and the others played a couple of games and talked about plans for the upcoming year. The time passed by quickly. As soon as it was time to part ways, Mr. Holden talked to your moms and Cole drifted over to you, knowing that as soon as his dad finished up, he should be leaving. It'd be cool to say, but we have some stuff to do before everything closes today.
Okay.
Yeah, bye. Could you move? I need the phone. Cole raised his eyebrow and Elizabeth impatiently gestured behind him, realizing that he was standing in front of where the receiver was placed. He sidestepped out of the way and shook his head, clearly thinking Elizabeth was rushing too much. His sister had made a beeline for the phone and started dialing the number you figured was one of her friends. Knowing Elizabeth, she was going to be out there for a while. You and Cove and Derek shuffled closer to the door. It seemed like Mr. Holden was wrapping up his conversation, so everyone started saying their various farewells.
Talk to you later.
See you later, Cove. We gotta do this again sometime.
Yeah, see you. Cove turned to you and smiled out slightly. Bye, Sheena.
You hugged Cove goodbye. You patted Cove on the back. You nudged Cove's shoulder. You ruffled Cove's hair. You waved. We hug him goodbye.
We hug him. You stepped forward and spread your arms wide. Cove had only had a movement to react before you encircled him in your arms. Cove hugged you back tightly, and his chest rumbled as he laughed. His cheeks were slightly red, especially when he looked over and noticed that Derek had watched the whole thing. Derek smiled amusedly.
Seriously, dude, we'll have to hang out later. I'm gonna miss you during school.
He offered Cove a high five, and the two boys clapped their hands together. Cove and his dad left soon after that. Your parents started cleaning up the house, and Elizabeth was still chatting to her friends on the phone. It was just you and Derek left. You elected him to stay outside in the front of the house to wait for his dad to pick him up. You decided to keep your guest company, although he was originally Cove's visitor. A light summer breeze blew through your hair, and Derek shifted his weight from foot to foot.
Thanks for waiting for me.
He kicked at the ground distractingly.
Well,
Dad's still gonna be a while, so do you want to go for a walk? Sure, I don't mind.
The two of you walked down the street again, just wandering about without a destination planned. It was a quiet stroll, too quiet for Derek being the company. He turned to him when he had noticed he wasn't saying a word. That was unusual. Derek had always something to say or he could chat about. He wasn't sure if you should ask about it. Somehow he ended up at the old park near the beach. He glanced over to Derek once more, still expecting him to say something any second now. However, nothing came from him. In fact, he had noticed a frown creeping on his face. Derek smiled when he realized you were watching. At least his mouth was turning up and there wasn't anything that felt happy in the expression. He turned away and smile fell off his face. His eyes stared intently at the ground and you raised an eyebrow.
Is everything okay? If you want to talk about something, I'm here. Derek, what's going on? Kept quiet.
I would say if you want to talk about something, I'm here.
Yeah. I'm just saying, is everything okay? I'm a little sad. It's just, with school starting back up again, it's gonna be harder to visit. I'm gonna have homework and clubs and practices and everything else.
This sucks.
It really sucks we go to different schools. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. His face screwed up and his fists were closed tightly together. This was really concerning for him.
What if we don't have time? You channeled some optimism to the conversation. You shared those worries. You channeled some optimism.
Yep.
Let's do that. We'll make time. We can talk over the phone and have plans for weekends. It'll be okay.
Derek looked up at the sky. It was orange and purple with a little wisp of clouds scattering around. A plane flew high with a jet stream trailing behind it. Then he turned to the ground again. Derek's face was tilted far enough that down that it was harder to read his expression.
Hey, Sheena. I actually wanted to talk to you about something, if you don't mind.
There was a pause, and you waited for him to finish his thought.
Sorry.
I was just kind of wondering, do you like guys at all? Like, would you ever want to be with someone who was a boy? Sorry if that's weird to ask. I could be with a guy, maybe? I don't know. You didn't answer him. I kind of don't want to talk about that.
I feel like I could be with a guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, then...
He hesitated before finishing his question.
So,
what I mean is, is there any guy you think is kind of cool that you like around here? Not at school or anything like that.
He ducked his head further. You already knew the answer. You had confronted the very topic this afternoon.
I like Cove.
That's it.
That's it.
Derek chuckled and didn't look surprised at all. Oops. No, don't skip.
Yeah, I kind of thought so. That's cool. I really hope things work out. Thanks for answering my random questions.
He shot you a thumbs up.
I hope we'll always be friends, no matter what. Yeah. Even if we don't see each other for a long time, or if we get really busy, I still hope.
He cut himself off and met your eyes. There was still something serious about it and sincerely worried that you followed a friendship.
I hope so too. I want us to be friends forever. We're always going to be friends. I don't know what's coming. You nod silently. Well, always. Yes, I want us to be friends forever. Friends forever.
Even though we barely spend time with each other, not as much.
Yeah,
Derek smiled, mostly to himself. He seemed a little more than usual.
Then for sure we have to make the most of next year. Then the year after that, and the year after that.
He rambled on for a while about things.
We'll just make the most of every year. Right.
You smiled and you felt like your friendship was still strong.
Aww.
That's kind of sweet.
It is.
It's kind of interesting because if you didn't know, that's the moment where Derek can confess his feelings for you.
Yeah, I know that.
Like if you don't remember.
No, I remember.
Yeah. And I'm like,
it's just that if you didn't kiss Cove,
then that wouldn't happen. Because that would be awkward for Derek if he found out like, yeah, I know she likes Cove, but like, It was like,
I mean, I
oh,
bet he could still confess to you.
he could
He didn't say
confess.
anything, but yeah.
He could still confess. It's just that we wouldn't be able to reciprocate his feelings, obviously. But I would be
Yeah.
glad he would tell us. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't spend much long at the park. Dirk didn't want to miss his dad, so you both made your way back to your street. After Dirk went back home, you decided to settle in for the night. Stretching your arms over your head, you noticed that the living room and phone were free.
You took it easy. You called Lee. We call her.
We call Lee. You picked up the receiver and quickly punched in the familiar number while going to take a seat on the couch. Soon enough, after explaining the situation to the housekeeper, Lee answered.
Hey!
Are you Lee?
Yeah, I'm Lee.
Oh yeah.
I'm having a conversation with myself again. Hi, Lee. Can we talk? Definitely. We practically have to. My gosh, can you believe it's almost time for school to start? What happened to our summer? School starts first thing tomorrow for me.
Boo!
Ew, and I thought starting in next week was bad enough. Enjoy your last week. Oh, I will. I hope you'll survive your first day. Me too. I need a good year. Ditto. And at least summer was nice while it lasted, right? We were busy. Yeah.
If only you thought about all the best memories you had made this summer. Lee was there for some, but there were so many you hadn't filled in on yet.
You reminisced about a moment of your summer. We moved on to talk about her.
Let's reminisce.
Yes.
You began to speak about
Miranda's birthday party. The road trip you took. The Soiree Country Club. That one day with the big shopping trip in the morning. When you had to go to the library. That time you went to Cove's house for dinner. When Cove's mom took you on a wild ride. That incredibly hot afternoon.
Do you just want to go through all of them?
Yeah, let's just go through all of them.
Okay.
I went with Cove to a birthday party. It was for a classmate we had. Miranda?
Ooh!
Birthday parties are always fun. There was a bounce house, games, and cake, and ice cream. She knows how to throw a party. Jeremy appeared out of nowhere. I wore a great party hat. I made Cove wear one of the funny hats. I had so much fun with the noisemakers. Getting to hang out with Miranda was fun.
I feel like getting to hang out with Miranda was fun.
Yeah,
for me at least.
For me, I guess, yeah. I would totally like to talk about that weird problem we had with Jeremy.
Like, no, we don't need to.
Yeah,
we're trying to remember nice memories.
Yeah, forget Jeremy. He doesn't matter.
He doesn't matter anymore.
I'm glad. One of these days I'd like to meet her. Yeah, I'd like that too. You reminisce about a moment of your summer again?
Yep.
All right.
Road trip.
I went on a vacation. Cove's parents ended up inviting my whole family on an RV road trip.
Really?
Whoa, that's awesome! It was a 3-day trip and we visited the Redwood National Forest. Lucky! The park was amazing. It was fun hanging out with everyone all together. I really liked riding in an RV for the first time. Flirt was... Cove was flirting with me on the trip. Cove snuck up into the loft where I was staying. I almost kissed Cove. I almost
kissed Cove.
Yeah.
What?
You what? When? Start at the beginning!
Your face immediately felt like it was burning, knowing there was no closing this can of worms.
I can't believe you've been holding out on me with such a juicy story. You have to tell me everything.
You could easily imagine the large grin that had been sitting on Lee's face as you began going into every detail on the setup, what happened, and how it ended. This is going to be Lee's favorite stories for years. You can feel it.
I'm so happy for you. That's so funny and really cute. Thanks, but it's not like anything really happened then. That's not what counts. The feelings were there.
It was so hard to focus on what was she saying. You were distracted just thinking back on that moment.
Yeah, that would be something.
to speak about the soiree.
I went to a soiree at my, I went to oh my goodness, soiree. It's really hard to say. Soiree. I went to a soiree at my mom's country club. There was lots of food, dancing, and people dressed up formally.
Cool.
Ooh, I've been to one of those. They're cool, but how did it go for you? Cove was my date. Cove gave me a flower. Elizabeth didn't come and she stayed home alone. It turned out to be a pretty good night. It was a terrible night. Yeah, Cove was our date.
A date.
No way! You asked him on a date? Like a date?
Yeah.
Ooh!
You cut off at this moment. After laughing a bit, you dove into telling Lee everything about your night with Cove. Enjoyed sharing memories, that memory with her. Big shopping trip in the morning.
There was this day that Mom and Maud took me and Elizabeth on a big supply shopping trip. What made that so memorable?
Lee chuckled, but you can hear the curiosity in her voice.
I don't know, it just felt like a true summer day. I went surfing with Cove later. Cove taught me some surfing that day. I stayed out late hanging out with Cove. I still feel like complaining about how that day went. I stayed late with Cove.
With Cove, yeah.
Yes. Oh, what were you two up to?
It wasn't hard to imagine the teasing look Lee must have on her face. Her imagination was already running too wild.
Nothing crazy happened. Boo! We just got caught up with stuff. The day was over before we knew it.
Those are always good days.
Yeah.
Again to speak about when you had to go to the library. 3 more to go. We're almost done.
Oh my goodness. I went to the library to work on assignments.
What?
Hey, I thought we were supposed to be talking about the good parts of summer. I know, right? It was some pretty interesting work. It did actually really suck. It was fun because I got to hang out with Derek and Cove. I ended up losing an assignment I had worked on. Tried to help me cheat. Yes.
That one?
Yes.
Okay. He burst out into a belly deep laughter. It was contagious and you laughed too.
He did not.
Yeah, he did. He was worried about me.
Aw, I need you to start from the beginning and tell me how it all started.
It was definitely something that stuck in your mind. It was easy to recall for the story for Lee.
What was your big highlight of the summer, Lee?
Talking to you was always the best part of my summer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Aw, even though it was just a phone call, you just knew that Lee was winking at you.
You laughed. You shook your head. Come on, tell me. Oh, good. I'm glad you picked the right answer. Tell me.
Just tell it, yeah.
What, you don't believe me?
Lee?
Alright, okay. So a high point for me was when I took that trip with my parents to Europe. That was amazing.
You and Lee continued over your adventures until you were both yawning at each other over the phone.
Before you go, there's one more other thing. I told Cove I had a crush on him today. You knew word about what happened would get to Lee, but you didn't want to bring it up. What?
We'll just tell her.
Yeah, let's tell her.
There was a pause of silence. Knowing your cousin, you decided to pull your ear away from their phone. As expected, a screech loud enough for you still made it out clearly from a distance, crackling through the speaker. When you felt it was safe, you pulled the phone back against your head. Lee was still gushing to herself, though the thought was less loudly.
You two are the most perfect pair ever. Tell me, please.
You used the precious little time you had left to try filling her in as best you were capable of in that moment. But soon the approach of curfew became too much for you to ignore, despite how excited you both were. At that, you decided it was time to say goodbye for now. You did have school to wake up before in the morning.
Bye, Lee.
Bye.
Bye, Sheena. Talk to you later.
You left the phone on the side of the table for now. Looking at the clock on the wall, you saw that there was only about 10 minutes until your moms would be insisting you to go to bed, so you rested enough for school. You stretch your legs on the couch and sighed in defeat, watching the minute hand change from 1 minute closer to bedtime. You rearrange yourself, feeling restless. You still look at the window and you startled initially. You saw a figure out in the hills. It was Cove. When the surprise faded, you realized it wasn't in that much of a shock at all. It was exactly something Cove would do.
You went outside to meet up with him. You ran off to go see him. You left him alone. You smacked the window to get his attention. You opened the window to call out to him. We
I don't
call
know.
out to him?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's go.
Happily, you got up and strolled over to the window and you opened it fully.
Hey, Cove!
Startled, Cove jumped and turned around to see you through the glass. He quickly relaxed and waved at you.
Then you went outside to talk to him. You ran off to go see him. Then you left him alone. No, we go outside to talk to him.
Strolling casually, you went over to the front door. When you arrived, you noticed how many fireflies were out that night. They were drifted along lazily, barely minding your presence as you waved through to reach the top of the hill. Cove turned towards you as you approached, and you noticed right away that Cove looked happy to see you. Hey, you had bounced on your stuff, and you weren't sure how long you'd get before your moms wrote you back inside for bed.
Hey, what are you doing out here?
Nothing.
Nothing really. He shrugged, seemingly unhappy with his own answer. You stared at him, waiting for him to continue. Well, I guess I was kind of feeling weird about stuff, so I'm getting some fresh air before bed.
You really should go to sleep. I know how you feel. I feel good. I hope you feel better. He shrugged back. You nodded.
I know how you feel.
I know how you feel.
Go back. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
What? It's hard to stay still. Tomorrow is going to be the next start of a new year.
At the mention of school, a small noise escaped him. Cove let himself fall on the back onto his butt and then all the way down, so he was laying on his back. He looked up at the sky.
You laid down yourself. You sat in the grass. You stood there. You sat on his chest.
Randomize?
Yeah, let's randomize.
4, 3. You stood there. You didn't want to get down on the grass, so you just lingered nearby. He had been lost in thought or was possibly waiting for you to situate yourself, but he started to speaking on promptly again. Thanks for telling me about my dad and the money he offered you to be my friend. That was probably the last thing you were expecting out of him. Cove seemed to pick on that and stretch his arms wide in front of him.
I mean...
This is where we met, remember? It happened that day. You will recall the sad little boy with a pink cast who you found on a very spot. It felt like a long time ago. I kind of have a strange feeling looking at you. Not in a bad way, just thinking about how you then and really seeing you now, it's really something. He turned his face away from you. You got the impression he was trying to hide a blush. It was almost unbelievable how much of an impact he made on your life just by moving in next door. Couldn't even imagine what your days might have looked like in the world where you hadn't met him. Cove glanced back at you, waiting for a far response, and you had no idea what to say. Then, still without a word from him, Cove shook his head strongly.
What?
It's you.
Huh?
He snickered before answering. He looked thoroughly amused with your reaction. That's what you do all the time, so I'm being you.
Oh, you
what?
do that all the time too. So do you, Cove. You were stunned. He noticed enough to take note of it. I don't do it that much. But being able to argue with his assessment, you accepted it. You felt bashful about his joke. What? I didn't get it.
I just want to randomize it.
Yeah, but I still don't understand what
6.
he was talking about.
I don't know yet. It's like, 2. So do you, Cove. Really?
Yes, always.
Cove couldn't help but grin at that. Honestly, you weren't many people you could think of who could tease you about something like that. Returning his smile, you realized that there was no denying that you two have been around each other for a long time. Cove broke the quiet before it could fully settle.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you then.
With a final wave, Cove headed for home, but you stayed a few minutes longer. Your mind kept going back to his simple statement, "See you tomorrow." No matter how much time was changing around you, there were some things in your life that always seemed to remain true. The hills felt warm to you that night. Before you knew it, you were getting comfortable under the covers in your room. Your mind couldn't help but still buzzing with thoughts about the future. It was hard not to think about Cove. There had been enough time to really figure out it all after what happened between you two. You felt
Excited, nervous, unsure. I don't know.
excited.
Excited. Me too.
Excited or nervous, either way.
One of the two. Well, actually, I would feel unsure because I'm like that.
Oh, you just want to randomize it?
Yes, let's randomize because I don't know how to feel.
Nervous.
Nervous. Let's go.
Every bit of your gut felt like it was being turned into a pretzel. A new chapter of your life was about to begin, and you were worried what new changes were awaiting you. Slowly, your eyes grew heavy and you drifted to sleep, your mind spinning in wishful thoughts. No matter what happened next, you can only hope that you would make the most of it. You're ensnared in a dream when a noise outside from the outside world stood you.
Your eyes snapped open, noises happened. You just tried to forget it. You stubbornly kept your eyes pressed shut.
I don't know.
Randomize again?
Yeah, sure. It's 3, so it's easier. 3.
3.
You stubbornly kept your eyes pressed shut. The light chatter continued, but now you were more alert. You could distinguish it as a tapping sound, quietly and slow but persistent. Each beat was like being poked. You couldn't ignore it, so you lifted your head from the pillow and looked for the source. Not much work needed to puzzle it out. It was from the window. With that, you knew what it was. From the color of the light flickering into your room, it was too early for anyone to be awake, including the sun. It barely had halted itself over the horizon, but it didn't stop some people, it seemed. You sat on bed and opened the window wide. Cool air and yet warmed by the day tickled your face as you pushed into your room. And as you just expected, there was your neighbor crouching on your windowsill. He was fully dressed, though not for school. He was wearing a wetsuit and a shy smile.
Sheena.
Hi, Sheena. You stared back, blinking. So technically, we don't have to be back in school for a few more hours. His voice was delicate yet deliberate, each word careful explanation. Classes haven't actually started yet, so do you want to hit the beach with me one more time this summer?
That's so sweet. Yes. Always. Here we go again. It's way too early, Cove. You're crazy. Cove, you're so cute. You gave a decisive nod. You're
Always.
so cute, Cove.
I would say always.
Oh, I would say you're so cute. Just to fluster him.
I guess we're randomizing it again.
I guess
It's
so.
6. It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait.
You said it's 5, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cove, you're cute. It's like, I can't count. His smile widened affectionately. You rushed to get changes to something suitable while Cove climbed down back to the ground level. Your limbs, still half asleep, struggled somewhat as you attempted to coordinate them into a swimsuit, but you got there in the end. Soon you were tiptoeing out of your front door, clutching a wet towel. Cove was already there to greet you. Your eyes met. Cove's gaze darted to your destination and back to you. You checked the door and closed. You gave him thumbs up, and then the two of you leaped into action. Wordlessly, you began to run down to a familiar path ahead. Cove beside you. The thrill of your explicit outing made you want to laugh. Not that you dared if anyone in your family looked out and saw you, and then your summer would be back to being over. One glance at Cove and he was exactly the same, holding back snickers for fear of being hurt or caught. The towel streamed out from under your arm like a cape. You were running fast down the hill, and simply keeping your balance and not tumbling down was a real threat. It just wasn't enough to make you slow your pace. Every step you took, the beach was a little closer, the day a little brighter. What lay ahead for you arrived, and you were happy to meet it.
Yeah. Yay. In
between.
Hey.
Okay.
And then that's us.
That's us from step 2. Now we change our
look. Do we do it now or do we do it next?
Yeah, we'll just do it now. Do it now.
Yeah.
Do it right away. We'll stop at Cove's creator thing.
Yeah.
We'll stop at Cove's crater thing because
Yeah, okay.
that's easier. It'll be
Let's do
easier.
All right. So
Okay. All right. So anything to change in the face shape?
no.
No. Okay. We can't change skin tones.
Yeah, we can.
Eye
I
shape.
guess we could change our glasses.
Do you want to change eye shape or no?
No, our
We'll
eye
just leave
shape
it.
is still the same.
Can't change color. Hair. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
change our
let's
hair.
just do the hair. Change the hair.
What did we do for the front?
I don't know. Let's go through them
Okay.
again.
Medium 1,
No.
2, 3, 4.
I guess we could dye our hair now.
Oh yeah, we can dye our hair. What
Let's
color
do it.
though?
I don't know. You want blue or red?
I like red.
Oh. How about
for
a
me.
pink? How about let's just do it purple? You know, I want
Purple?
blue. I want blue.
You want red, so we're gonna make it.
So purple. Make it purple.
Let's go through the hair front and back first, and then we'll see.
I mean,
Anything that's interesting? I don't know.
nah.
Cause you can't really. Yeah.
I mean, guess. I mean, what? Do we do straight bangs then?
Did we pat? Oh, there's the braid. One I
Nah.
braid. Nah.
No.
Okay. Medium. Is
No,
it
that's this. Yeah, that's the one that we went through already.
Yeah. Cause I don't like the two tone.
Purple. Okay, fine. How about
I don't like the
just the
two-tone
straight
ones.
bangs?
Straight bangs.
Yeah.
Where's the straight bangs? Cause I think I don't remember the straight.
The Hime style out. I don't know.
Cause like this
No,
one
not
is
that one.
fine.
No, not that one. I know where it is, but I forgot the number. That one.
That one?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit like I don't like how the cut is on the side. So yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. I like it.
Uh,
How about that one?
yeah, that one's fine. Okay, hair back
Fine.
now.
That one looks cute.
Which one?
The one with the curl.
Oh yeah. For some reason, it kind of makes us look like mom.
I guess
With
you're
her
right.
hair curl?
Let's go and see the other ones first
Okay.
before we think about that.
Yeah. Because it's been a long time since we've been in the
How about that
character. Which one?
No, not that one. The other one. The other pigtails.
I don't know.
Nah. Okay.
Nah. Yeah. No, I don't.
How about? No. I don't like big hairs. You know. That one? How about that
Yeah,
one?
That one's fine.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
we're changing our hair color, right? I forgot.
No, wait. Really? Oh, okay.
Are we changing? I thought we're dyeing the hair
Oh, yeah. Let's do purple.
purple. I want to see what's blue. Okay, just see.
Yeah, we saw blue.
Blue, and then where's
Yeah.
red?
There's no red apparently. Oh
There
wait, no,
is.
yeah, there
This
is.
is
Never
red.
mind.
And then there's,
Nah.
yeah, purple.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Do purple. We'll go out all out.
All out.
Be like
Okay.
Ma. Be like Ma and turn her hair purple.
What? We're both doing purple today? Wait, I
Are
don't
we
want to
doing
be
all
like
purple?
Ma. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't want to be like Ma. That would be weird.
What's the blue? Cause yeah, blue.
Yeah, that's blue. It's actually pretty nice. I like the gradient.
the gradient.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, I want to see what the red looks like. Just like
With it.
'cause it looks weird.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let me switch it. Hold on, let's switch it. Let's see. Let's do
don't
red
know.
and then blue. And then blue.
No.
It just looks like
It looks
Pepsi.
awful.
It looks like a
awful.
Pepsi.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. So
Would it be
full
purple
on-
or purple and blue or blue or purple? So like purple will be down here and then blue will be up here.
no,
No, just all one or
all one color.
one
So I
color.
guess
So
wait,
we'll
what
go
color?
purple.
Well, okay.
Purple.
I don't know. I don't. I don't want to copy Ma.
All right. Let's see. I don't know, cause black is like we already have black.
I guess.
Just dye our hair.
Yeah, let's just dye our hair, whatever. Maybe
blonde.
pink. Why not? No, not blonde. No.
full on pink.
Yeah, let's go pink. I'll complement our eyes. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is good. Yes, we should.
Yeah, it's
keep
good.
that. Yes.
All right. Keep rosy cheeks.
Yes.
And keep our hands slender or large or medium.
I guess so. I mean, we grew. Or
Which
well,
one? Slender or
medium.
like large or medium or chubby?
Medium? Actually, let's just keep it slender.
Let's keep it slender.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Why
you
not?
want to change the glasses, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I feel like we should go no glasses.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. How about earrings?
Earrings. I don't really like the gold with the.
Yeah, I don't
pink.
like gold either.
So I prefer
mean, it
to have the
depends on
gray.
But yeah.
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 I
Sure.
prefer the gray.
that one.
I think these ones are. Yeah, those are. I'm pretty sure those are stars.
Okay.
They're
Yeah. Let's go for that
thin,
one.
thick or thin lips.
Wait. What were your lips?
We were thick before.
Okay. Let's
Or
just
do
keep it like that.
Birthmarks.
No. I think
not
they're all
really
good.
change.
Yeah.
And then do you want to wear a ring?
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Jewels, pattern, plain, none.
Jewels.
Jewels, okay. Oh, I like how they added headscarf.
I don't know.
Which is, yeah, headscarf is really good.
Yeah, it is.
Another inclusion. Nail length, short, long, short or long. Well, I prefer short.
Yeah, same.
And then we can
deal
paint our
with long.
nails.
We
Our nail
could.
co-
Let's do it. Let's do
Okay,
it.
Plain, red, orange, yellow. Oh, it's the same. Green, blue, purple, pink, black. I would always go for black, personally.
Yeah, I know. Well, I would, but no, I don't. I guess I would go for red or blue.
Red or blue?
Yeah. Maybe or pink, whichever one.
I feel like let's match our eye and go for red.
Yes, let's do that. How about a
Why
nose
don't-
ring?
Nose
Let's
ring?
just see it. No, wait.
No, I'm not really into
No,
the
I
nose
don't.
ring.
Yeah, no, I don't. So I guess
Okay,
that's it.
we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Nothing else to change.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go.
Nice. Okay.
Direct.
Let's go.
Direct and
Direct?
love.
Love. Yes, we are
Yes.
ready now.
Yes.
Sure? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we
this is
stop
where we're
here.
actually stopping because it's
Yeah.
already this video is gonna be long enough. So hopefully. And yeah, thank you guys so much for
Yeah.
watching the video, and be sure to like and subscribe and for more, and
Yeah.
we will yeah,
We will
I don't-
do
oh, for-
step 3.
we will do step 3 next episode.
Heck yeah.
And
we're almost done.
yeah, we're almost done. And
Crazy.
yes, and also please support GB Patch on her
Yeah.
by getting the game and buying the DLCs and supporting her on Patreon. Either
Yeah,
way,
and then
just
you could
help
totally
support her.
also get the sequel or whatever, or just like wish list
The
it
sequel,
on
yes,
Steam.
currently right now, the next game, Our Life Forever and Always, is right now. There's a page for it, and it's for the demo, not the full game yet. But yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
yeah,
So,
and
thank you.
again. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next
Bye.
time. Bye.
Laters.
Bye.